What's good, everybody? It's Edwin and Irv from the Nonsensical Knowledge Podcast. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave us a comment down below. Make sure you pay attention for the conspiracy trivia question. First and foremost, we have to send a shout out to everyone that helped us with the Nonsensical Knowledge Podcast toy drive. You guys were amazing. Our toy drive alone did 235 toys, but overall it went to the Rourke Center. And Irv, what is the other organization? The
Catholic Charities of Albany.
Cool. And then so with together in partnership with them and other people that donated, we were able to help over 800 kids have a fucking dope Christmas this year. It was super cool. Shout out to the Rourke Center for putting on an amazing toy distribution. I think we all learned a lot, and it went stellar considering how many people we dealt with. Shout out to everybody that came and volunteered their time, everybody that donated. And this is obviously our biggest event of the year, and we can't say that we appreciate you guys any more than we already do. Irv, what's good, baby? It's been a couple days. We're back.
What's going on? I'm just that event was dope, man. I didn't even know it was with Catholic Charities. Did some other stuff with them, but the work they do throughout the capital region is remarkable. So nice work connecting us with that, and just the need that was out there this year. People stressed about, inflation and shit. So it was dope to have them come through, and they got to shop legit, dope toys, like nice products. It was a good time, man, but it's always great to give back to the community.
Yeah, it really is, and it was such a small world because you were saying that you had actually were just at a dinner with Catholic Charities as well, right? So like not too long before this event, and it's just such a small world, especially in the community world, where people are giving back and doing the real work on the streets. And you've always been one of them and always been an inspiration ever since the days you were doing like the Big Brother stuff. And that's what it was called, right? I don't want to misquote it, but
Big Brother and UCAN program.
Right. So like these are important things in our community to help keep these kids going in the right direction. But it was cool because just to see so many people involved, bro. Day one, we had, what was it, UAlbany? The UAlbany women's
UAlbany, yes.
And then day two, there was, if I had to guess, probably 25 volunteers, bro. 30 volunteers. Like, I could be like exaggerating a little bit, but
they had some numbers now. You guys had some numbers that day.
And the podcast was well represented. We had a ton of people wearing hoodies and really showing our strength out here. And shout out to you guys because without you, we couldn't have got it done. 800 kids, countless families, if I had to guess, thousands of toys. And we did that, so shout out to everybody. Oh, look at that. So we got some pics. Sweet.
Yeah, let me just bring the pictures down.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let me start sending this link out here, get you guys in here. If you guys pop in, we got 3 viewers so far. Make sure you guys hit the like button, tap in, leave us a comment. So look, shout out to Johnny. There's Johnny, Irvin, myself. That was day one. And we put it in, man. We there weren't a ton of volunteers that day. And
that wasn't.
Right. And it was huge. It was a big event. And we just look forward to making it bigger and bigger and bigger. So everybody that comes out and supports these things, we appreciate you.
There it
And
is.
there I am.
Keep the fresh hats too.
Yeah, man. So
Hot
we're
off the
designing.
presses.
Yeah, we're designing some new merch too. Look at the Grinch. Zoom in on him. Zoom in on homeboy.
Let's get it good. Look at him.
This is Johnny Nestle. Shout out to Johnny Nestle. He's the owner of Flipper's Barbershop, and that's him carrying in one of our 5 bags of toys that were just jam packed to the gills.
Look at him. Look at him.
Bro, I was hoping he wore it to the today too.
Yeah.
But he was tied up. You know, he's a business owner and shit, so he's got to do his thing. But
yeah.
It was super cool, man. And the energy is always bumping. Like there's never anybody there that is like, oh, dude, I gotta be here. Like, no, listen, we're there. We're bringing the energy, and it's super fun to make this stuff happen. And we make it a lot of fun.
Nah, it was a great time, man. And with the bros, man, with your brothers, it don't get any better than that.
It really doesn't. And when we're all a team and we're all a family, it really comes natural and it really comes easy to really put on these events. You know, we're all about it. We all came from certain circumstances ourselves, and it really makes a difference on these kids, man, and the communities as a whole. Just day one, I can't tell you how many people were like, "Yo, you guys are amazing. Yo, bring it in for a hug." You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. No, it was crazy because I did a with my real estate office. With Prime, we went to pantry in Albany, and we like prepared a meal for the community. So I pull up to the building, bro, and I'm like, "Yo, I stood in this line before, bro, to get food." You know what I mean? Like, young dude, like trying to figure out life, like didn't want to call mom or pops, or like, "Yo, I want to make it," like homie, like, "Yo, go around there." Cats, they gave me that was 20 plus years ago. So to come back and be able to serve food at the place where I got food when I ain't have food to eat, bro, was dope. And then to connect with the Rourke Center, I was like, "Oh, this is beautiful. This is what the holidays is really about."
Right. It really came full circle, you know, and that's really what the holidays are about if we're in a position to give back, and especially the shit that we had to use coming up. Like it only strengthens those organizations, and again, if you can touch one person in a positive manner, in a positive light, and especially around Christmas time, we all know that we all work really hard to try to give our kids the things they want and the things they think they need. And really it's like one of the worst times of year for people with depression, because that stuff really affects people. And being able to give back in these ways, if we could take any bit of that away from them, we're going to do it every time, you know? So again, shout out to everybody that helped us out with that. And, you know, all of our sponsors, they're listed on our Facebook page. Shout out real quick to Flipper's Barbershop, R&R Masonry, Clean Environmental Solutions, Hathaway Construction and Remodeling, J. Murray Athletics, Ascend Digital Marketing, Mace Mountain Farm, Supreme Wax. There's so many of them. That Dapper. You guys were great as well, and we appreciate you guys for always following us in our endeavors. So much love. So shit has been bugging out there though, bro. So obviously, as everybody knows, we've been following the drone situation since it's been going on, and it's only getting stranger.
every single day.
Right. So it kind of seems like we're evolving and this is kind of picking up some steam here. So in normal like times we would have like shit happen and it would be like, all right, it came, it left, it's gone, we don't see it for a while. And then now, bro, it's just like everywhere.
I know all over the world. Like Jersey has been the focus, but New York, we've even had them reported up here, upstate New York, California, Georgia, Chicago, London, Russia, Ukraine, Korea, China, everywhere,
And
all over the world, South America. So like they're laser focusing on New Jersey, kind of to limit the situation, but it's worldwide, man. It's time. The light's here, man.
so let's break this down, man. So because for years and years and years, there was a thought process that basically stated that we were, we had to ascend to a certain state of consciousness to be able to interact with the rest of what most people would call the the extraterrestrials or the interdimensional beings, the shit like that. Do you think they're just like, screw it, we're done with it, we're forcing the hand, we're here?
I think it's part that, it's part now the psychos, and the cabal, the globalists. Um, they really want to exterminate us, man. And the nuclear war talk, they've been interested in nuclear weapons, our nuclear weapons, for decades since we started um, launching those things. And we've never been closer to nuclear war, so it makes sense to me that now's the time. Plus, we're ready, man. We're really ready.
I think collectively, with the age of information, I think a lot of people have actually really opened up their minds to the shit that they would call conspiracy theories, And for the longest time, we had I guess, not us in particular, but humanity just had this trust in our elected officials. And I think that's kind of eroded over time now in the age of information. And now it's time, these people are opening their minds. People might actually be ready or desensitized enough, I guess you could say, to to be like, all right, let's do it, let's run it. Or it could be the nuclear war. Like the shit with Putin, and like you hit me up with the shit with the Putin volleying the missiles. Look what he did. Went and volleyed one.
Yeah, the drones too, and I just saw a video of drones. Ukraine sent a suicide drone into a skyscraper,
I
and this
did
thing
see
was
that as
small.
well.
Yeah, and it's like our government's like, oh, there's no threat. There's no threat whatsoever. But then, like, you got little suicide drones in Ukraine. Like, what if all these drones turned into suicide drones? You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it's them or a foreign nation or whatever. But there's something going on between now and the inauguration for sure.
Well, right. We kind of spoke about that as well. That, maybe they try to jam up the transfer of power, the transition between the administrations. And that kind of feels like what's happening, right? Is because it really picked up after Trump won. And these things work. So it's interesting because we had the WebBot prediction, but we had these things coming before. And now, even when we get into the Wanaque thing, we'll see that they even go back like still to the 60s, but same exact things. But the thing about it is like, I feel like they might be here on some, yo, you're not gonna ruin this. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are, like, this is the simulation planet in a sense. Like, you're not gonna you're not going to ruin everything for everyone and kill everybody. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, you know. I feel like it's just picked up a ton since then. And now, I don't know if you have it or not, but I know that the New Jersey drone ban and New York City ban is like this. We also got to kind of talk about how like they're trying to push this bill in. You know what I mean? I don't know if anybody's ever like heard about it, but they're trying to push this bill for straight banning drones. You got to be labeled with the FAA or registered with the FAA, stuff like that. U.S. slaps drone ban over New Jersey and New York. So that sounds like the feds to me.
Yeah. Do you have a map of that?
A map of what?
The drone ban that they put in Jersey.
So I'm not seeing a map, but I'm sure if you Google it, you could probably find it. Because they did kind of have one earlier that was like up in I can't remember what it was on X naturally. Shout out to the 25 people that are watching. We got 21 on X, 1 on YouTube, 2 on Facebook, and 1 on Twitch. Shout out to you guys. Make sure you leave a comment. Cam, I will be down after the stream. So better just get your bread up before I get down there.
Cam, you're just gonna not get a Christmas present, bro. You're gonna lose even if you win, bro.
I know, right?
It's all right, Cam. Uncle come down and take your money.
Right? Yeah, man. But so yeah, with this stuff going on, like they're actually doing these bans now, and this shit is still just going crazy. Irv, can you pull up the video of like the orbs they're seeing down there? Because I guess it'll be a good lead into the Wanaque, New Jersey shit. Now we're starting to like at least myself, I'm starting to evolve the theory now because I feel like the drones are us, right? But there's some real UAP shit going on out here, and it's too much. It's too much for them to handle anymore. It's not like a couple here sightings there. Like there was been millions in the last 2 weeks. Now, what's this? This is where you can't fly a drone, or this is where sightings have been?
This is the drone ban map, which that's suspect as hell.
That's like certain
counties. That's targeted.
Is it counties though?
Oh, let me
because I mean, yeah, look at it. It goes right through the middle of the state, and we should find out if there's one right there by Wanaque.
We have to.
You know,
2 nautical mile wide areas around infrastructure points, including PSEG electrical substations, a nuclear power plant, ports, and trucking warehouses. Whoa.
So
all infrastructure.
All infrastructure?
Yeah, so military bases, nuclear plants, ports.
So they're trying to rule something out here. So they want to but you would think like military bases, you would think that's restricted airspace, right?
It's already restricted airspace.
Let's see here. We got another comment. The military is 50 years advanced from what you see in everyday life. Thank you for tapping in with the comment, bro. We agree that the government has. Before we were just talking about it with Willow, with Google's Willow. Like, how long has the government had that before they allowed us to have it? How long have they been sifting through that information before they give it to us as the little peasants out here? Um, let's see here. We got another comment on Twitch. Those are migrant routes. Let's see. Those are migrant routes. New York and New Jersey don't want the drones to see them hiding the migrants for deportation when Trump gets in. That's an interesting theory, but I feel like this might be just on a bigger level. Thank you for tapping in for sure on Twitch. And then we also have another comment from Well Sus MC. I was using drones in 2000 or using drones in 2007 in Iraq. It was secret back then. 2008, excuse me. Well, again, we feel like the government definitely has a variety of drones. We were just throw up a video of that one that goes from fixed wing aircraft to drone. You see that thing? See if you can find that real quick, because that's just one of them. And I got to imagine that the government has some pretty advanced technology, but I think it's black projects. I don't think it's necessarily Congress, the government, in a natural sense. But thank you guys for tapping in. We appreciate you guys. And we definitely love all the interaction. Let's see here. Private sectors for sure. Absolutely, man. Those government contractors really like to the Raytheons, the Lockheed Martins, Skunk Works.
Yeah. Elon Musk's brother, bro, owns a sick ass drone company.
What? I didn't know this.
Yeah, I sent it to you, bro. He owns a sick ass drone company. No, nobody even talks about it. It's like, it's dope, man. I'll pull it up. But I'm like, I didn't know that.
Let's see here. Another comment. Blackwater. Listen, again, we're not ruling Blackwater out. Blackwater obviously has a lot of interest in a lot of areas, especially the private contractors, and they manage a lot of people's assets. And we spoke about them on a previous episode, kind of just having like private armies and shit. And this is what they do: is they buy them up and then they send them out to war. Yeah, let's see if we can find that, or with the drones, because that's crazy too. Is that Elon's kind of silent right now, and his brother owns a giant drone company. That's kind of crazy.
Plot thickens.
You see China sink 8K drones together. That's a game changer. Well, Sus MC, you're absolutely right. On the last episode, we played one of China's drone. What are they? The drone display.
The drone show.
And they're incredible, man. They make it again. Imagine them all weaponized, which is insane. But that one that we saw that we were talking about with the I got to imagine. Oh, they're not. You can't find it.
Nah.
The let me see if I can find it. Drone that transforms.
Yeah, trying to find that.
Let me see here, because that thing was gnarly.
I did find the Ukraine one.
The suicide one?
Yeah.
Yeah, run that.
Pull that out. I mean, it's relevant. This ain't about hysteria neither. You know what I mean? This is just shit that's really happening in our world. You know, it's better to know what's up than to be left not knowing what's up.
Yeah, and even if you take a couple stabs in the air and you miss, it's not.
Huge
And
blast.
so that's the drone striking the building, right?
Yeah, Ukraine drone in Russia.
It's only escalating, man. And what's the end game to this? If we're still just funding the shit out of all of these people, and Ukraine, like, do you think Trump can actually really stop the war?
I think he can, but he's got to get in there. Um, he definitely could stop. He'll stop it quick. Like, I mean, he already met with Zelensky. One, he's not going to try to get money out, but I mean, it's still three branches of government. So, I mean, I think they both want it over, man. I mean, they've been wanting it over, but Biden and these cats are like, nah. You need to fight this.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I found that video of this drone though. Hold on one second. Let me see. What am I doing here? Present. Dummy. Dub. All right, let's get it. This thing is fucking bananas. Let me get some full screen action here. All right, let's see if there's any sound. I'm gonna start it over. Can you hear that?
Can hear it.
Perfect. Look at this. Listen, the osprey, bro, is a crazy bird. I can tell you that much.
Mm-hmm.
Look how fucking nuts this is. So yeah, so essentially, this is what we're looking at. You know what I mean? That's just one of them, right? That's not even one that looks like it's weaponized. But obviously, it could probably be weaponized and carry a payload. You know, well, Sus MC says, "Oop, I'll put that back up. There we go. Here, I flew in a few. What I find interesting about the drone is when it transitioned, there is no altitude drop like you get with the Osprey. You would drop 100 feet before it actually sucked you back into the seat, going into plane mode." Yeah, man, I can imagine. Obviously, we don't have a lot of experience in that area, but the way that these things are getting crazy is like, play Herb, do you got that? You still got that video of the Petra or not? That's this one. What's the one that got played during the Army Navy game?
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, check this here
Yeah,
out,
I have
guys.
it.
Again, thanks for the comments. Shout out. Wait till you guys see this video. 26 on X, none on YouTube, one on Facebook, two on Twitch. Shout out to you guys on Twitch. We appreciate you guys. We're just kind of getting going over there. Where you guys coming from? Where you guys tapping in from?
Let us know.
Yo, for someone from X, leave us a comment. Are we not getting comments on X? Like, what's going on here? We need everybody in here. We gotta spread this word, man.
Come on with it. Yeah, we're definitely streaming on that shit.
Yeah, no. So the video that Irv is looking for is if anybody hasn't seen it, it's a video that was aired by Peter Thiel's company.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that is about some new drone technology, and it's just kind of odd when you look at the stuff that's happening in New Jersey. Shout out New York. That's where we're from. We're from upstate New York, around the Albany area, capital, the real upstate. Oh yeah, get some. This is it.
Yeah, this is it.
Y'all let us
So
know if
this
you got.
was
Go ahead.
streamed through during the Army Navy game, annual Army Navy game, but um, pretty wicked.
That's what you just saw happen in Ukraine.
Yeah, exactly what happened in Ukraine. That is that is next level, man.
Isn't that crazy? And think about it like this, man. Is this and during the Army Navy game with all of these fucking drones flying around New Jersey.
It's crazy because that report where the 20 drones were swarming the Navy fleet that Corbell released, they got to be scared of shit. I mean, and these guys make a video taking out a Navy fleet. You know what I mean?
Well, right, and you couple that with Elizondo talking about they stalked Coast Guard ships, like stalked it, and then again we have to look at this. It's like you're if you're over the ocean and there's 10 of them stalking a Coast Guard ship. You would think if you didn't know who they were, you would shoot them down. But to get into the Wanaque thing, what we're starting to hear, the buzz is that they're mimicking aircraft. So really, some of these things are actually real, unidentified aerial phenomena. We don't know what they are. They're just orbs in the sky. If you guys have ever seen one, leave one in the comments. And Jersey is so hot. I don't want to say that it's definitely that hot because of Wanaque, but there's this Wanaque Reservoir that has a long history of these orb sightings, these UFO sightings, and all of that stuff. And Irv and I saw a really super interesting video. Irv, do you remember Homeboy's name?
Yeah, Jordan Crowder, um, really enlightened brother down out of Florida, um, made a video on it. I thought it was dope. I told him we would share it on our live. He was like, "Cool, man, do it." I got the video. It's a few minutes. I mean, we don't got to go through the whole thing, but we'll get the gist of the story
Listen,
on it.
let's run it because if you guys want to check it out, the whole video in its entirety, this dude did an excellent job. We were going to do it on our like ourselves, but homie did such a good job and gave us permission to do it. So we're going to run his shit. Make sure you guys hit the follow button. He's on I'm assuming all of the platforms, but we saw it on
Yeah,
X.
he's on all the platforms. He's a great follow too. Really talks about enlightening your mind and nature and how we're all connected and a lot of about consciousness. Jordan Crowder, give him a follow.
Update. So this one is super crazy. You're going to want to watch this whole video. So, what is it about New Jersey? Why is all this crazy stuff happening in New Jersey? Well, apparently, this is not new. It's been going on for a long time there, especially around a place called Wanaque Reservoir, where there was something called the Wanaque Vortex. And back in the day, there was something called the Wanaque Wonder. So I got a very mysterious message yesterday saying, look into the Wanaque Vortex. And that was it. And they didn't respond whenever I replied. So I was like, okay. I love mysterious messages. So I dove in. So Wanaque, New Jersey is right here. And it's right near the Piccadilly Arsenal, which is sort of like the epicenter and the hotspot where all this stuff kind of originated, right? This whole drone UFO, fiasco going on up in Jersey. So it's like, okay, what is going on here? Why this area? Because this seems to really be the epicenter. I mean, there's crazy things happening all over the world, of course, but there's something about Jersey. So what is it? So going back to the 60s, there was a big UFO flap there. And there was like all these crazy stories. I mean, I dove in, there's a bunch of newspaper articles, a lot of like kind of investigative journalists back in the day did a lot of digging. And there was a bunch of different UFO sightings. A famous one by this Sheriff Cisco. There was this famous photograph taken by this guy. And all these people saw UFOs, and the way they described them is very reminiscent of what we're seeing now. They'd be like different kind of lights in the sky, like individual lights, like orbs, that would sometimes come together and form helicopters, right? They would mimic our aircraft. Exact same thing that's going on now. This was 60 years ago. And that's where this Wanaque Wonder came from. So many different people saw these UFOs over the Wanaque Reservoir that they even named them the Wanaque Wonder. And like it was seen by hundreds of people. I mean, this was like an ongoing thing. One time they described the reservoir being frozen over, and there was like a fire over it, and it was melting a hole in the ice. And that the craft was like the saucer shaped craft that kept like turning into like an orange glowing like orb, right? All this stuff is wild, but it's very familiar, very similar to the stuff we're hearing now, but it gets way stranger. So a Dr. Bruce Cornett got wind of all this crazy stuff. One of his friends told him about the Wanaque Vortex, and he was very interested in the paranormal and stuff, and he was a researcher, and he set up some like camping expeditions out there. And they took a lot of camera equipment, lights, and that kind of stuff, and they went out to the Wanaque Reservoir to investigate this vortex, right? And these are just some of the pictures that he got. So in this picture, that is Dr. Bruce Cornett, right? That's not. There was nobody there. So at first you could say, okay, well, it was just a, kind of double exposure or something, right? That happens. Well, if you actually look at it, the pose is a little different, the stance is a little different, the lighting's a little different, right? And then there's like, they put this crystal here, and the crystal's stationary, just like he is, okay? And this crystal, see the line behind it, right? Well, it wasn't moving. See, he's not moving. Nothing else is moving, but this did that. And they said every time they took pictures of the crystal, it would do that. There's a lot of different pictures of it. So then they started blowing smoke in the air and doing these light flashes and taking pictures and seeing if they could see anything. And they kept seeing these lion figures in the smoke. I thought that was super cool. And then there's this picture. So in this picture, it looks like there's a group of people here, and they're like kind of looking at another group of people over here. But these people aren't there. There's no people there. It was only these people. So that was interesting. And then in this photo, he says that this is him. That's Dr. Corset, that this wasn't there. Like there's no one there, right? So it's like another kind of double exposure. But when you really look at it, like there's things that are slightly different. Like his arm is slightly different and his socks are showing here and they're not here. So it's like it's mimicking him, but it's not him. It's really strange. And it gets stranger. Look at this one. So in this picture, that's him. That's Dr. Corset, and someone's taking his picture. He was there with a group of people, right? And this right next to him, this is the same photograph. They went and got him developed, and there shouldn't be anybody here, right? There should be nothing there. But when you actually look at this, it's like mimicking him, okay? It's not a double exposure. The pants are different color. The shirt's different. There's like a bulge in the belly when there's not here. The lighting and the shadows are different. He zooms into the head and does some effects to it to try to figure it out. And like, it's just completely different, right? But it's similar, very similar, but different. It's mimicking. But it's not just a double exposure. You can tell a double exposure would just be this image right here. But it's different, significantly different. You can look at it. The more you look at it, the more things you notice that are different. So that's very telling, because what are we seeing? So he even says possible hologram, projection of ET, humorous ET attempted mimicry, right? What have we been hearing out of Jersey? That there's things mimicking airplanes and helicopters. I've talked to multiple people, and they'll tell me, they're like, dude, I know in the photos and the videos it looks like an airplane, but trust me, when you're here, you'll see an orb turn into a helicopter or turn into an airplane. It's only 100 feet in the air. It sounds like an airplane. It looks like one, but it's like 3 or 4 feet. Like, it's crazy. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And it's like really messing with people. And people keep using the word mimicking, saying that these things are mimicking, our planes and our jets and helicopters and stuff. Well, this guy back in the 90s, when he went there to investigate in New Jersey at the Wanaque Reservoir, the Wanaque Vortex in New Jersey, the epicenter of all this strangeness, he back then, over 20 years ago, was saying these things were mimicking him, that they were like humorous, like how Jacques Vallée always talks about the trickster element, that these things are sort of playing games or having fun with us, and that they were mimicking him throughout his entire, expedition there. Like, he has tons of photos. There's so many different photos. It's wild. So his conclusion, this doctor, after his, investigation of all this, is that there is an interdimensional portal at the Wanaque Vortex, and that there are, ships and energies and beings that come out of it, and that they mimic us, and that's what they do. We don't know why, what their purpose is or anything, but this was sort of isolated back in the day. But it's not isolated anymore. So the FAA has now issued a temporary ban on drone flights in areas of New Jersey, and they just added New York City. So now we're banning, certain types of air flight in the airspace over.
Pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, it's wild, man. Shout out to Jordan for letting us share that dope video on Wanaque. So what do you think's up with this Wanaque Reservoir? I'm gonna try to pull it up real quick.
Yeah, definitely. Make sure you guys follow Jordan. I don't know exactly his handle. Irv might be able to put it up on the screen in a few minutes, but I personally, I get excited about anything fucking paranormal, bro. Like anything with ghosts and energies and weird shit like that. We got another comment. Let's see what we got. Well, Sus MC says, so look up Leonidas. It's our drone system, fires 100 at a time, infinite times, basically, supposed to be deployed soon. Well, we'll definitely look that up. We'll check it out. I think as far as Wanaque goes, I feel like we've always kind of talked about energy points around the world. And there's been, or if you want to call them ley lines, whatever you want to call them, there's points of energy in this world where if you step into somewhere, you feel a shift, whether it be something that's like considered haunted or, a vortex in this sense, because now they're saying it's that's a good question. Well, Sus MC, what's underneath that place? I don't know. But the thing about it is that we're having these energies that are interacting with humans, bro. Like, and let's see, is pull it up. So I believe it was established maybe in the 30s. I could be way wrong though. I can't remember. I kind of dove into it last night, but
pretty damn big.
Right. So, well, I don't know, man. I feel like if there was an actual vortex or like maybe a point of energy where these things could come in and interact with us, it's always like the ghost stuff. You know what I mean? It's like it's tough for me. It's hard to believe in aliens and not believe in ghosts. You know what I mean? Because everything is energy. So if that's just energy that's still being left here, like in the form of what traditionally would be like a ghost or a paranormal event. What do we got going on here? Let's see.
It's not. It just basically says about the damn building of it.
Yeah. Well, Sauce MC, there's a theory about man-made lakes and reservoirs being covered up for facilities. Absolutely, man. We agree. You're gonna put them in places that you wouldn't really draw a lot of attention to. I had visited the Atlas silos up in like Lewis, New York, and shit like that, man. And they're in the middle of the Adirondack Mountains, so you would really never look there like most people. I happened to have stumbled upon a abandoned one, and it was super cool. The dude is Noddy's Yacht on YouTube, but he does videos of because his shit was filled with water. But like we called ahead of time, and he let us come check that shit out, and it was super dope. That was probably like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So what we got here? This is the Wanaque Reservoir. It was going through a drought.
Yeah, that's November 13th this year. Let's see what we got. Oh, the whole state's under a drought.
That's kind of crazy too. Is why do you think they would? Why do you think New Jersey, of all places, would be going through a drought? They can't be going through a drought right now, right?
You remember the fire? They had the fire there. It was smoke here, upstate.
Yeah. Well, Sus MC is a man-made lake. It is a man-made reservoir. At the time, I believe it was also one of the biggest reservoirs and held something like 29 billion gallons of water or some shit. Yeah, listen, again, it's a great theory. We know that throughout history there's been guys that had made like vehicles that ran on water and ended up getting whacked out or disappeared, never heard from again. But big oil doesn't like that shit. Yeah. I don't know. For me, it's like, again, like I said, it could be an energy point. Well, Sus MC could be right. Could be a base of this. Or again, here we go. We got Willow. So we talked about this before. Willow is a quantum computing chip that just basically guaranteed the existence of alternate realities and what is literally called the multiverse, right? Now, for any of us that's been being conditioned over the last few years with the Marvel shit, like myself and the multiverse, it makes it to where it's not that surprising that it's like, oh, wait, oh, it's true. It's actually happening, But Google has the quantum computing chip. Irv and I spoke about this off the podcast. And what did that thing trigger when we accessed these alternate realities? You think that's a possibility, Irv?
That's definitely possible because I know that physicists always talk about quantum computing in the hands of civilizations 1,000, even 100 years ahead of us. And they always say if they mastered quantum computing, they mastered the universe. They've mastered faster than light travel. They mastered, health and all of this stuff because there's just so much computing power in it and it's unlimited.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk about like free energy too, 0 point type stuff, it really kind of gets crazy, and like with a quantum computer, what was the equation it solved? Wasn't there an equation it solved that was like supposed to be like couldn't be solved for like something like 100 million years, or it was like the age of the galaxy or some crazy shit. I know I'm misquoting it. I already know. I can probably see it when I find it.
I got you, bro.
Don't forget, we got the conspiracy trivia too. We're going to throw up a question with some answers, and you guys can leave a comment. Let me see what we got here. We'll go through the Willow shit first. All right. So Google Willow quantum chip has solved a problem the best supercomputer would have taken a quadrillion times the age of the universe to crack. Google's new 105 qubit Willow quantum processor has surpassed a key milestone first proposed in 1995, with errors now reducing exponentially as you scale up quantum computers. So, and this thing did it in how long?
Yeah. 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
5 minutes, bro.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. We got some more comments.
5 minutes.
That's insanity. So if we really tapped into like a new reality, what happens? You know? What happens? Like, did we trigger something on someone's door? Did we kick someone's door in? Did we say, hey, we're ready for information now? And allegedly what this thing does is it calculates every possibility ever, right? Which would mean that it's tapping into alternate dimensions as well. Bro, you got the comments? For some reason, I had 2 comments, and then now all of my... Oh, wait, there they are. My bad. Found them.
You got them? You got them?
Yeah, let's see what we got here. So, Well Sauce MC would take a normal supercomputer 10 years to solve it, and it did it if I remember right. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, we're on the same page, man. We're getting it all together. But the point of the matter is with these actual orbs showing up, and we'll get a video of one of these weirdo. And again, this is all on the internet, so take it with a grain of salt. But these things are being seen. People are reporting these things, and it's getting to a point where it's happening more often than not. So to me, Willow might have triggered something. Willow might have kicked someone's door in and been like, hey, what's up? We're here. Yeah. Let me see if you got a video of one of those drones there, or I'll grab one. Let's see here. What's really cool is anybody that hasn't seen it, go to our YouTube and watch the video of our orbs. And it's actually kind of weird now after we're thinking about it, Orbs, is like the video that we took in Seaside Heights, New Jersey. It actually looks like 3 orbs. And then as it's flying across the sky, almost looks like it doesn't look like a drone. It almost looks like a plane. You know what I mean? But it's like not that big. It's crazy. Damn, now I forgot what I was just looking up. Fuck it.
I found Elon Musk brother drone company.
Oh, run it.
If you want me to run that shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so this is news. I follow Elon Musk. You do. We all do. Like, world richest man. Did you know that his brother owned a drone company? Leave us a comment. Let us know. It's called Nova Sky. And right now it's for entertainment.
Welcome to Nova Sky Stories. We aim to empower producers and artists around the globe with the most advanced, reliable, and safest light drone technology in the world. A technology that we developed and fine-tuned during the past decade with a world-class team of artists and engineers. Nova Sky Stories has been trusted to fly for global audiences at some of the world's biggest events. Human error is prevented thanks to fully automated charging and intelligent mission control. And with no more than 2 of our certified pilots, we are able to fly the most captivating sky stories. Together, art will rise.
This is what makes me feel like we're going to have like that staged alien invasion shit happen. You know? The ones in China are way crazy. I feel like the ones in China, though, are like way crazier. You know? But at the same time, it's interesting being that Elon is dead quiet about this topic. Like, he hasn't said anything, right? There's been really no talk of this. And his brother owns at least some really good technology. You know what I mean?
Some really good.
Yeah, it's wild. Like, I don't know, man. It's just tough. It's tough for me. I feel that's what I wanted to find. Oh, I'm bugged out. I wanted to find a video of those the orbs. There we go. Yeah, it's like the first fucking search. That's funny. Orbs over New Jersey. See, it's tough with the internet. So let me see here. So a lot of these fucking places are reporting it too. We got another comment here. Kev Anselman, shout out. What up?
Yeah, what's good?
You got your Twitter up?
I do.
I would see if you could just get an orb video on Twitter because YouTube is just fucking going crazy.
We uploaded it on our YouTube, right?
Well, so for you? The Seaside Heights video we did, but I'm talking about like, remember the news one? I might have sent it to you, but there was like one where the lady zoomed in on it and it almost looked like the electric ball. Like it looked. Let me see if I can find it.
I got you. It was a news broadcast.
Yeah, so the news actually. But it kind of just supports the theory that there might be something actually interacting with us. And I think it might even be a race. Like it might be a race to be like, okay, you know what? Let's get these guys under martial law before these things can really tell them like what's up.
Got it.
Oh,
it's like the plasmoid, right?
Yeah, fuck yeah. See? You know what time it is.
Bill and Sandra, when things like this are happening, it seems everyone starts to look up, like my crew and I have been here in Mendham recording this video that you're looking at right now. We have no idea what it is, if it's a natural phenomenon, because it could be, but this is why so many municipalities are now asking people to reach out and send their videos to them or to experts who might be able to sort out what they're seeing in the skies. But I guarantee there are so many people looking up and making those recordings because this mystery is one that needs to be solved. For now, we're live here in Mendham Borough. Tony Yates, Channel 7 Eyewitness News. Bill and Sandra.
Yo,
Right?
that's wild.
Isn't that crazy? So now this is like an actual news agency that caught it. And either this is some slick disinformation or this is like they really filmed something that was a plasmoid. And essentially what these plasmoids are just like balls of energy that can interact with you. They're orbs, you know? So it's interesting. Some of these things are real, and then some of these things are us trying to mitigate it.
Because there was one in Florida as well. The lady was talking to it, and
oh yeah, she said Jesus loves me.
Yeah, and shit, like
it interacted with her.
Mm-hmm.
That one was interesting too.
And he had the flight over out in Oregon too. The pilots on the radio seeing the orbs. I mean, these things were zipping around. I think we played it last episode. You guys could check that out.
Yep. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. I was talking about with Kev Anselman, man, is that like he was really interested in like all the planes being grounded or the planes coming down, you know, and was thinking that maybe we had been hit with like an EMP or something like that. And it's like, no, they just don't know what to do about these things. They just really don't know how to handle this situation. Like, I think we're in for a really big surprise. And I think it's possible our government even knows what they are. You know, like Trump's video, he was like, no, they're lying, dude. They know where they're coming from.
Listen, if we take the you remember the Israeli scientists about the Galactic Federation?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, everybody dismissed him. Like, even I kind of dismissed him, but not really, because this dude is a top scientist in the military, like credentials out the ass, like not a quack, retiring, like, yeah, this is what it is. We got to find that.
Yeah, we gotta, because like that was super interesting because it was like one of Israel's top guys, and he said that fucking Trump knew about it and was hiding it and like all kinds of other shit. Yeah.
Okay, former Israeli. I'll pull it up.
Yeah, it was like during his first term, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he's got to come clean with it.
I think Trump does. I just think we're not going to make it that far. Let's see here. Former Israeli space security chief says extraterrestrials exist and Trump knows about it. And this is from NBC. And can you scroll down on that, Irv? Shout out, Kev. I mean, if you look at America's typical interactions, I'd be scared to meet us too. Yeah, man, fucking barbarians. Animals out here. All right, so let's see. Former Israeli space security chief has sent eyebrows shooting heavenward by saying that Earthlings have been in contact with extraterrestrials from a galactic federation. The unidentified flying objects have not yet asked not to publish that they are here. Humanity is not ready yet. Haim Eshed, former head of Israel's defense ministry Space Dictatorate, told Israel's Yediot newspaper. The interview in Hebrew ran on Friday and gained traction after parts were published in English by the Jerusalem Post on Tuesday. A respected professor and retired general said the aliens were equally curious about humanity and were seeking to understand the fabric of the universe. So that's pretty big. And this was back during Trump's first term, I believe. I could be wrong.
Let me see. 2020. Yeah. 4 years.
So now, yep, 2020. So now, with that being said, this is a respected professor and a retired general. So this dude obviously isn't just some fucking jerk off. He was obviously super high in Israeli intelligence and all of this other stuff. So they would probably have been briefed on something like that. So it's kind of weird to me, man, that they would come out. I think, again, the idea lately in recent years, we've been saying it for a super long time, is that it's going to be like a soft drip of information. They're trying to get everybody conditioned for this. Like, this is like, it's going to happen no matter what. But it's how society is going to react to it. Which is it's gonna be crazy, I'll tell you, because it's gonna be some like real Independence Day shit. People are gonna be partying. All right, so this is Homeboy that came out and said it. He is an Israeli visiting professor of aeronautics and astronautics at various space technology research institutions, a retired brigadier general in Israeli military intelligence. He was director of space programs for Israel Ministry of Defense for nearly 30 years. So this dude's qualified.
He's no slouch that just got off the bus.
And he comes out and says after he retires, I'm assuming, right?
Mm-hmm.
And said finally he can talk about it, because you got to figure the U.S. is probably the one that's like not letting it come out. You know, why would all of these other countries just fall in line? But again, if we talk about some like Captain K shit or some Corey Good shit, these guys have been saying for a super long time that they were secret space programs where they would send these dudes out to Mars and they would fight with actual extraterrestrials and then come back and age regress them and all of this other crazy shit. So, but this dude in particular, also here it is, in December, Eshid claimed in a new interview with Israeli national newspaper that the United States government had been in contact with extraterrestrial life for years and had signed secret agreements with a galactic federation in order to perform experiments on Earth, and that there is a joint base underground on Mars where they collaborate with American astronauts. He also stated that U.S. President Donald Trump was aware of this and was on the verge of informing everyone of their existence, but was stopped by the Galactic Federation, who wished to prevent mass hysteria. That's bananas to me, man. This guy coming out and saying it, because if that's the case, that just right before I read that, I was just talking about them doing secret space missions on Mars. Oh, look at that. Look at that. When he retired in 2011, he was described in Israeli media as the father of Israel's space capabilities program.
Say no more.
So almost legit. I mean, what? And now here we are, just ramping up. UFO sightings have been up, and now we got New Jersey. Now we got the weird shit going on.
Trump's back in and gets another round to do it again.
But that's what I mean, bro. That's what's weird about this shit is because it almost makes me feel like it's that black shadow government trying to flex and be like, nah, bro. Like we're trying to do we gotta actually pick up the pace on doing this staged invasion. And then the other guys, the actual ones are like, whoa, what is going on? Nah, hell no.
Yo, your tech sucks. We got the real tech, bro.
Yeah, what do you do with that? Like, if this thing is an actual interdimensional being, and we never really got to break down Jordan's video, but like in that video, it just shows these things that aren't there, but they're there, and this is happening. Like these orbs are ridiculous. When that lady said, "Jesus loves me," that thing interacted with her. And then when she said, what did she say? She said, oh, you know Jesus? And this thing just starts going crazy. Like, they're not going crazy, but it's like actually interacting with the lady. And that's also super interesting as well. You know what I mean? Oh, there it is.
If I can do this today. Where am I in between those two trees?
Look at that shit.
Let's see if I can zoom in more.
Make sure you guys leave a comment.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. There we go. Let's see if I can zoom. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
So again, let us know what you guys think. Look at that thing glowing.
Can you talk to me? Can you hear me? Jesus loves me. Oh, you know Jesus.
She gets pumped.
Jesus. Jesus is awesome, isn't he? Yes, he is. God is good. God is good. God is good.
That thing looks crazy though.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's super interesting too that it responded to like the idea of Jesus, you know what I mean? Like so, or just the name, how it just responded in general.
Or or vocals, It's yeah, it's a wild that's a wild scenario. But those are the plasmoids that are seen all over the place, man. They're everywhere.
The plasmoids, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. Is interesting. Is now we have something that is actually interacting with us from somewhere else, and nobody can explain it. And if I had to imagine, there has to be just probably infinite possibilities of what the like. All right, we got plasmoids, but what else do we got? Government's probably losing their shit right now. Just like,
You already know.
We're about to lose all of our power. Fuck. And realistically, like, who knows how that really plays out in real life? But I don't think you can keep it much more secret, man. It's a wrap. Shit's out here. And now seeing them everywhere.
All over. Keep your eyes to the sky.
Yeah, for real. And definitely, if you guys capture pictures, tag us. We'll check that shit out. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people I've been seeing have been posting, at least on Facebook, like some of the pictures they've seen, or not pictures, but some of the pictures they've taken. And Irv and I call him all the time. I'm like, bro, just look up in the sky. I think it's a drone. I think it's a fucking drone. But there have been actual credible sightings up here. Jersey's bugged out, though. Anybody from Jersey, tap in. Make sure you guys leave a comment. We got 30 on X, 2 on YouTube, 1 on Facebook, 2 on Twitch. Shout out to Twitch tonight for the interaction. Thank you, guys. We appreciate that shit. There's so much to talk about, and obviously these conversations just go crazy. So it's cool to have you guys involved.
It really is, man. And I mean, there's a lot of people saying, oh, people don't know what they're seeing and whatnot. Like Kirby from the government today, from the feds, said that the U.S. Coast Guard were mistaken their orbs and their drones for planes landing at the airport. I'm like, come on, bro. Cats are out to sea all the time. They know what they're seeing.
Well, yeah, it's classic. It's classic Roswell shit. It was a weather balloon, you know, because it was kind of lame as shit when he came out too, because he was like, what was it? The one time he was like, oh, it's like drones that have permission, hobbyists, like stars that people are seeing. Like, no, man, this thing looks like a big, bright white light and super low. Like, you would think if it was higher, like if it was like further away, you would almost look at it as like a star. But these things are like, even the ones we caught in Seaside Heights, like from the distance I'm at from them, they are orbs. I can't tell what they are. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's interesting, man. Keep your eyes on the skies for sure. Yeah, man. Let's see what we got here. Where's everybody from?
Yeah, I've been some of the heads up on X trying to see where they're from.
Shout out to X too, man. Always holding us down. We're at 30 with X right now. We're obviously trying to build up on these platforms and just get the message out and get people chatting, get the conversation going. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us on a Saturday night. I guess. Irv, you got anything else for tonight?
Nah, man. That's really all I had. Just wanted to get on, do a little quick recap. Definitely up to do another live tomorrow night. I want to look more into that Jersey Wanaque shit. I'm looking at some Native American shit now, trying to dig back to the roots.
The Lenape?
Yeah, Wanaque.
Yeah. So Yeah, I'm down. Obviously, anybody else that wants to tap in with us, you know what it is. Hit that subscribe button. Shout out to anybody that's also on Rumble. We forgot about you guys tonight because, again, it just doesn't show us Rumble's numbers. So if there's anybody out watching on Rumble, we appreciate you guys too. All right. Yeah, sweet. We'll lock in tomorrow. We'll get it figured out, and then we'll catch the rest of you guys later. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace out. Thanks for watching.